Let's see how to make a t-shirt design in Adobe Express. For this example, I will create a design with an image from Adobe Express, but if you are using images, it is better to use your own image to avoid copyright problems with your design. I will explain at the end of this video the image licensing situation for print on demand. Start a new project, click the plus button on the home page, then select Custom Size and add the dimensions of the design. The best dimensions for a t-shirt are 4500 by 5400 pixels, but it can be different. Look at the print-on-demand company you use for the dimension, and then click Create New File. Now click Upload to upload your image. If you are going to use Adobe Images, click Media, and then search for the image you want to use. I am just creating an example design. I am not going to publish it on my stores. When you search, you have two types of images, the free ones and the pro ones. If you have a pro account, you can use the pro images. But for print on demand, you need a special license. This is why I suggest using your own images. The first thing you can do to an image is decide how much space it is going to take up in the full design. You can stretch it to fill the whole page, or you can crop it. To crop, you just need to take it from the sides and move the edges. You can then change the colors of the image by clicking on the adjusting settings for the image. To get there, just click Adjust. There you have some tools to change the saturation and brightness of the image. The next tab for image editing is for effects. There you can find different ways to modify the image. For example, if you want to change its colors to something different, or make it black and white. If you are using an image from a website like Envato Elements, where you have a license to use it for print on demand, only if you modify the image, then you need to add something to the image other than just changing its color. So let's add some text. I asked ChatGPT to give me something to add to a Paris image, and after that, before I add it to the design, I go to the USA Trademark website to see that this is not under any other company trademark. And you will be surprised by some of the phrases that are under trademark, so I always check that. You put the sentence in the box and click Search. Then you get a list of trademarks. If you don't find something exactly like what you wrote, you're pretty much safe to use that phrase. If you have any doubts, don't use it. You can see that some of the trademarks are dead. That means no one asked for it, but it was in the past. And you can see that in green, you have some restrictions. If you find some green ones, you can check if printing the phrase is restricted there. But if I find even slightly that this phrase is under trademark, even if they don't mention printing the phrase on products, I don't use it, because it can change in the future. And it also could be that they have that restriction somewhere that I don't see. Add that text to the page. Because the Eiffel Tower is in the middle of the image, I add the text on top of it. Let's add a curve. On the side, you have text layout. Click it and choose the right position of the curve, either a full circle or a curve. You can't change the position of the curve, only make the text bigger or smaller. It's going to stay in a perfect semicircle. This is another limit from Adobe Express. They also have the option to play with the text so it will be boxed. When you resize that box, the text size will change based on the length of the biggest word. You can use it to customize the design very fast, instead of trying to match everything to fit in the middle of the page at the right size. It will create a perfect square from the text. With the text, you have many more options. You can add an outline around the text and change its color. The first color is for the text color. When you open it, you have some options, or you can choose whatever color you like. Under it, you have more options for choosing colors. The next color box is for the outline of the text. Click this button, and you can then change the thickness of the outline of the text. To change the font, you can click here and choose which font you like. You can also upload a font you got from a different source and use it here. If you click More Fonts, you get a lot of other fonts, and if you click them, it will add that font to your list. After you choose the font, you can go to the Other tab and add some effects to the text. Here you can generate texture with AI, add shadows, or add shape and color to the background of the text. For the shadows, you can see that you have a few options and also a custom one. If you click Custom, you get the option to change the colors, blur, angle, and distance of the shadow on the text. If you click any of the ready-made shadows, you can change the color of the shadow to whatever suits your situation. With the shape, you can add some borders around the text so it will pop up. I think that most of the time, it is better without the shape. You can see more shapes by clicking See More. When you choose one shape, you can click it and have some customization, like the size of the shape, colors, and opacity. When you click the button Cut Out Text, you can see through the text the image that is underneath it. So if you want to have clear text with the image texture, you can use this trick. If you just want to have the text clear, you can take any shape and click the button to remove the color. Then click the background color and choose Clear Color. That way, you have the shape of the text, and you get the image as the background texture of the text. The animation is not relevant for print-on-demand design, but if you create it for something else, you can use it to add some movement. But let's see on a clean page what you can do with the AI text effects. The text effect is completely free, and you can do as many tests as you like and generate the text styles. You have some examples here. When you click See More, you can see different examples of designs you can use as is. You don't need to create it yourself from scratch. If you want to create your own effect, you can click the pencil. Now you have a new page. Here you have a box for the prompt for the style of the effect. You also have some other styling options for the AI. Or you can scroll down and get ready-made effects that you can just use as is. But you can also try to get different ones by adding a prompt to the box. You can write something like, Create Tree Style Effect. Then you have some customization. Each one adds something to the text, and you need to find what combination of prompt and customization gives you a unique style that only you have for the text. You have a list of fonts that work with the AI, but you can also use any font you like. You need to choose it in the main Editing Text tab, and then you choose the thickness of the text. Under that, you can add some tint to make it the color you like, and then choose between styles of image generation. Then click Sketch, and you get 4 options. If you want to get more options, you can click Generate More, and you'll get 4 more options to choose from. What you can't do is use the same effect again on a different text box. So if you want to have the same effect, you need to duplicate the text with the style you like, and then change the text inside it. You can change the font to whatever you like. It will start generating the effect after you change. Just give it a few seconds to do the job. The effects work best on thick fonts. If it doesn't look good, try to make the text bold or change the font to something thicker. You can also start generating again. You can get really cool designs with this image AI. If you want to go back to the text without the effect, you can click Remove Effect and it will go back. If you are creating a text-based design, it's better to remove the background. You don't need a white background on a black t-shirt. To do that, click the background and choose Clear. You need to do that before you download the image. After the design is ready, you can click Download and make sure it is set to transparent PNG. Let's understand the image licensing in Adobe Express. It was hard to understand and find the information, but I am only a user of Adobe Express. So for the disclaimer, you need to do your due diligence if you want to use the images in different ways. In Adobe Express, you have a huge library of assets. I'm going to focus now on the print-on-demand situation and how to know if you're allowed to use the assets and sell t-shirts. When you click Media and then choose Images, you can search for whatever you like. You can see that some of the images have a crown and some do not. The crown means the assets are for pro users, and if you are an Adobe Express Pro user, you can use them. But let's see if you can use them in print-on-demand products. Let's investigate the image. After you add the image you want to use, you can click the image on the design page and click the 3 dots for more. Then, you have the option to click for the terms of the licensing. Here you can read the page, but you'll probably have some questions that they don't answer. The images that come from Adobe stock have a few options for licensing. You have the standard license if you are on the Pro plan. You can see in the list that if you want to use the image for print on demand, you can't, and you need to buy an extended license. Now this was the hardest thing to find an answer for. Where do you get the license? Because you can't do that directly from Adobe Express. To find the license, first you need to download the page with the image, so it will count in your license history on Adobe stock. Wait, what Adobe stock? We're in Adobe Express. Well, this is the thing. It's hard to buy the asset. To get to the Adobe stock license page, you need to click the icon with your image on the top right, then click Manage Account. At the top right, click the 9 dots, and you'll see a menu of Adobe tools. Click the Adobe stock website, and now click on the top right image, and find in the menu the license history. Next, here you have the images you downloaded from Adobe Express, and next to each one, you have the license for that specific image. You can see that most of the premium images have a limited license, so I can't buy an extended license for them, and the free ones have a standard license. You can click the image's ID number, and you will get to the page where you can see the options. So when you are on the page and it has an extended license, you have the option to buy this asset, and it is expensive. So, for conclusion, don't bother using Adobe Express images for your print-on-demand products. It's not worth the headache to find out if you can even buy the image, and most of the time, it's just not worth buying because it's too expensive for selling t-shirts. Watch this video next, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.